That's my baby. I'm dying.
That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored. They did it.
Left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
All right, fam, what is up? We are back live here on A2D Radio for another episode of the Athlete Spotlight. Got a fun one for you this afternoon. Good friend of mine, long friend of mine, Mr. Pat Sabatini. People who don't know Pat is a local guy here in the tri-state area. Get to know him a little bit better. He's a UFC featherweight, hopefully. As I'm predicting, I'm always high on our guys in the area. I think this guy's going to be something special in that UFC featherweight division. We'll find out. Before we get any further, let's let you know who this show is brought to you by, and we are sponsored by Specialized Physical Therapy. That's Dr. Paul Vidal over at Specialized Physical Therapy LLC. He's got two locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill. He's our doc. Now let's make him yours. That's over there at Specialized Physical Therapy. And our poll question for today, and just kind of my thoughts is, Patrick Sabatini will be a top 15 featherweight before 2023. Agree, disagree, fam. Whoever's going to be tuning in, let's hear your thoughts in the chat. I actually think you can do it before that, but that's just my personal opinion. I know. I think I looked at it earlier. Tapology, as you read it, I think it's like 84 featherweight in United States. Obviously we don't go by all the rankings and stuff we see. I always go by the eyeball test. I'm a little partial. I've been watching you since your second professional fight we were talking about right beforehand. First time I seen you was XFE 43. You submitted Shelby Graham, and I think it was just a little bit over 60 seconds. We had a good old Paul Felder all fired up after the fight, man. It's been a road for you, man. From the regional scene, doing grappling, wrestling, kind of grinding your way. 30 years old, 29 years old. Get your shot to be here on the stage. In my opinion, I think it's a perfect time, man. I feel, in between 28 to 36 is really the athletic prime of most of the guys who compete in combat sports. Some guys can take it a little further, and you got to build your way up. I think the proper way, I guess, a way a true martial artist would do it. You take in multiple disciplines. I want to ask you something because it's something I've always was intrigued about. How much did your combat Sambo really kind of play into what you do with MMA? Did it kind of help make a seamless transition when you started to do MMA?
I feel like that sport in particular was more like the glue of everything, like to combine the striking into the wrestling to the jiu-jitsu. I'm so glad that I got into it. Eric Purcell, kind of got me into it in 2015, I believe. I got to travel the world a little bit too, see how the guys do it over in Russia and Kazakhstan. And, it's like I said, it's like the glue. It holds everything together. It's very good. Like, look at guys like Khabib, Islam Makhachev. Like, I'm a huge fan of those guys, and, that's their discipline.
I mean, I think it's an important thing, and I think it's one of the things, I guess, as combat sports as a whole grow up, and MMA grows up as a whole. I think a lot of athletes should kind of really look into that if that's what they really want to do. Like, if when you're some of these younger wrestlers or whatever moving forward, and you're trying to debate what's the next thing if I don't think I'm going to be that Olympic level wrestler. Well, maybe I should swatch over to the combat sambo now if I think that I want to do MMA moving forward. Where we were, even 10 years ago, it was like we were still, the lights were just being turned on. We were still trying to figure out what was going on in the world. Now, here we are, almost a good 30 years into what mixed martial arts is today. I think some of these things are becoming invaluable to what our future athletes are gonna have to have platforms to move forward into.
Absolutely. It's crazy to see how far we've come along in just like like you said, about 30 years. It's crazy.
I mean, we went from being completely blackballed and ripped off of from sanctioning cable TV, everything. It was underground. Then the rebirth of it, and so to speak. And then you look where it is now, man. I mean, you can't go through a weekend without combat sports. You can't go through in some way, shape, or form. Whether we're talking UFC, obviously Combates Americas, it makes a lot of noise. Obviously, having the partner with Campbell McLaren, it can't be bad. He's doing pretty good things over there. PFL's doing great things. Bellator's doing their thing, and then you see what bare knuckle boxing and boxing is doing in their own rights right now. Mm-hmm. I gotta ask you, man. Anderson fought last week. Did you catch that one?
No, I didn't. I did not see that.
Yeah, he was boxing Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
No way.
Yeah, so I guess he won. He won a split decision. A lot of people were upset about the ruling because apparently it wasn't a competition and all. Like, and it was vintage Anderson. We've seen him tell him that come stand in front of him, throw punches, and he's I mean, and then people are asking him like, what do you want to do? He's like, what do I have to really do? Like, he just one of those bad tastes out of his mouth from the last few fights that he had in the UFC. What does he have really to prove him? Like, someone was like, "Oh, just have him fight the Paul brothers." I'm like, even if he does that, like, why? What does he really have to say? Like, he literally ruled MMA with an iron fist and fit for the better part of 15 years.
Yeah, for real. Like, no one compared to him, man. He was something. Like, especially him in his prime. It was crazy to see.
It was. He was fun. I had the distinct pleasure of watching him. Here in Philadelphia, dispatching Forrest Griffin in unbelievable fashion. If you were there, man, he still didn't believe it. I didn't believe it until I got home. That I was like, I think that was quick. What was that? Forrest running out. I'm like, okay, maybe that might be something. But then
that happened in Philly, right? That happened.
Yeah. 101. It was in Philly. Yeah. that was
crazy.
Yeah, man, that it just goes to show you. And then you go see, what everything else is going on, where you see, what's going on with basically it's not even when you look at some of the matchmaking and some of the things outside of the UFC with things that are being done. It's just like it's who's fighting for that big payday, and obviously Anyone who's paid attention to the sport knows that the entertainment side of combat sports and the real side of fighting is one and the same.
Yes,
it's something that's come more in the forefront over the past 10 years or so. And is it one of these things like do you feel like a lot of these guys put on acts to kind of try to further their star, to kind of push them up the both the social ladder and the rankings ladder? Or is it one of these things where we're going to start seeing a lot of personas?
I definitely think it's definitely a way to get noticed faster. Whoever's the loudest in the room is going to definitely get noticed the fastest. But you have other guys just stay quiet, stay humble. They do the sport more for the passion of it, and they let their actions speak louder than the words.
Something you've always done, my friend.
That's how I try to be.
I mean, dude, like we're these Philly guys, but we're not always these loud, rambunctious. What you see from Philadelphia fans is just like you look what comes out of like Philadelphia fighters, like at least like in the U.S., like obviously we've had Eddie, we've had Paul, we're getting kind of the new wave now, we have Sean Brady in there, some of the other local guys. We just got another one in there, Jeremiah Hall. We got to give Jeremiah that love, man. That dude has worked so hard over the past 5 years to get to where he's at.
Dude, complete animal, man. Like I see him in the room, like all very creative. Like it's definitely long overdue. I'm more than happy for him. That I have no doubt in my mind, and our whole team is behind him that he's gonna make some noise. He's gonna make some noise.
I mean, it's basically now you're gonna flip a coin. Is which Philadelphia welterweight is gonna wind up capturing that title within the next 3 years?
Yeah, that's the question, man. I can't wait to watch it.
I mean,
see these
I'm
guys all the
partial to
time.
Sean. I've already said that I feel like he's gonna wind up catching it.
Oh, dude, 1000%, man. That like I've grappled with a lot of people in my lifetime, of all different sizes. That dude is by far the strongest and the hardest working guy that I've ever seen. You know what I mean?
He doesn't accept the position ever. He
Yeah,
doesn't accept the position ever.
no, like every good thing coming his way, is definitely super well deserved, man.
And and you also you had your trials through it. Obviously, the leading up until to getting signed. Obviously, was a rough time, man. From what was it like? I think the like the middle of 19 to right around like COVID hit, and then like four fights canceled. Obviously, you had the broken arm. I mean, it was rough times going, man.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's
That's what makes us.
Good times will never exist without bad times, and you find out who means the most and what matters the most in the hard times, and you carry that with you into the good times.
And listen, like I said, that's what makes us, man.
Yeah.
And it's just one of these things, man. And now, like I said, you get your chances now. You got the short notice fight that got you in there. I think was it with the end of the end of August is when you get back in here.
Yeah, man. August 28th, I believe it's going to be in Vegas. That's going to be a good one, bro. I'm very much looking forward to that.
So you got some time here. Are you actually going to enjoy yourself when you go out there this time? Since it wasn't like kind of short. Wasn't just like on a whim thing.
Oh man, absolutely. Like the last fight, I had ample time, but that short notice one, man, I think I cut like 23 pounds in 6 days. All the media stuff, all the stress stuff, man, really, it was crazy experience. But got that weight down. Thank you to Eric, John, and Daniel, bro. Daniel Gracie. He's the reason why I made that weight. He was in my ear.
Oh man,
saying like 5 more minutes in the sauna, 5 more minutes in the sauna. Man,
he won't let you leave, man.
Nah,
he's one of those guys. Like I think like when we talk about Philly MMA, like there's great guys, great coaches in the area, but I think one of the things like Daniel kind of just like he's one of the things like he's willing to make sure everyone has whatever they need to do whatever it is to make sure that the fighter has what they need, the camp gets done right. He goes above and beyond.
Yeah, he has so much experience, like he makes it enjoyable too. Like when you're there, you're in a stressful time as it is.
He makes it fun. He's a jokester, man.
Exactly, man. All of them, John and Eric too. It's like really good camaraderie. And when the teammates are there, it's even better. It's awesome. There's no other people I'd rather be with.
Now let's talk a little bit you here in 45, man. Like I said, I kind of feel like you'll crack that top 15 UFC rankings before the end of 2023. Obviously that division is been kind of fluctuating around. We got the Ultimate Fighter with going on with Ortega and them. How do you see that fight playing out?
That's gonna be a really good fight. I definitely cannot wait to see that one. Honestly, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna come out on top of that one. Like
I got massive love for Brian. I do. I just don't know how he's winning that one right now. I don't know if it's like some of my confidence shaking him in some of the last few performances out of him. But I don't know how you win that one if you're him.
Dude, it's we're gonna what's the date of that? It's September, right?
Yeah. I believe so.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
I mean, I guess that's the beauty of it. We get to talk about it. We get to pick it apart, and they get to go out there and be the human chess pieces and play it out for us.
Oh, 100%. It's funny when I hear like a lot of like the fight analysis from a lot of people. This guy's gonna do this, this guy's gonna do that, but man, it's the most unpredictable sport out there, in my opinion. One little thing, could change the whole dynamic of the fight.
Now we got a question from you from one of our guys here, Rob Pove. He wants to know: do you prefer the smaller Apex cage or the larger cage?
Honestly, kind of like the larger cage a little bit. Like the one in Jacksonville. Kind of like I don't know. It just felt like more legit. but like nothing against the Apex cage. You know, it's smaller. You're definitely going to go head to head more, but kind of prefer the larger cage, to be honest with you.
I mean, being coming from the grappling background, I would assume you like a little bit more room to work, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I always kind of feel the smaller cage benefits the striker over the grappler, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, like I especially when you're playing it on that stage. So like, I mean, I guess guys do have preferences when it comes to that, but I still think of the overall. You know, the skill set will play out as it will.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I think if you when you break it down, guys will differ from that based on their skill set. I guarantee that one, Rob. Now you're getting ready for this one. Are you doing anything special for this one? Or are you going to get a chance to go out to the Apex Center and work out at the institute there too? Or are you going to try to take advantage of that, being that the fight's going to be in Vegas?
Absolutely, man. I want to get out there sometime soon. You know, I've been really pushing it hard in the gym, but like I said, doing it with balance, not trying to peak too early. You know, getting the extra work in after practice, in the weight room, getting the extra cardio on top of everything, getting extra rounds in. You know, just every fight, man. It's a similar goal. Always be the best version of myself in every aspect.
That's all you can do. Try. You know, we hear it all the time. Try to get 1% better a day, 7% better a week, etc. Man, like all you can just do is take care of it. And like you're saying, like I know like how you get, man. Especially when you get the fight gets there, you just wanna go. Yeah, man. I gotta flag you down with smoke screens and fires just to get your attention, man. I know how it is, man. Like, listen, but people who haven't been around like fighters don't know. Like, listen, it's just it ain't nothing personal. It's just he's got his mind on one goal. Either knocking that guy out across the cage from him, or finding a way to make him do this, or to go do this.
Exactly, man.
And listen, you know, and you got a tough one against you. This guy's what? He's 18-5. Yep. You know, seasoned guys got maybe a handful more fights than you.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking to see out of this one? You see your grappling being able to be the deciding factor in this, or you just, you know, wherever the fight happens to go, you're ready to take it there?
Honestly, wherever the fight goes, you know, I'm looking to come out on top, and I'm gonna be looking for that finish the whole fight.
That's one thing we all anyone who's ever seen a Pat Sabatini fight knows he's always going in there for the kill. Is you know, and you know, as I always harp on your grappling, but you know, and I know you're a consummate professional working on all areas. Like, what do you do to try to match, you know, the superior striking that is from a lot of the guys in this division? You know, obviously, you know, no slouches. Obviously, when you get to the UFC and you have top level guys, as we get into, as we're talking that top 15, you know, is that something you're going to be, you know, a little bit more diligent on, you know, over the next handful of years, as you're getting ready to kind of push into those top things? And are you going to be looking to kind of bring in other coaches in, or bring in other training partners in? Like, I know a lot of guys bring in specialty guys and guys they like to work with around their weight class, like stuff like that.
You know, like I'm like super happy with like the coaching that I get. You know, like every day I feel like I'm picking up something new. Could not ask for better coaches. I feel like they've given me so much so far and still have a lot more to give, which is great. Dude, I tell you what, man, we go at it in that gym, man. There's no.
I see you guys, man. You know, I've been seeing you guys too.
There's no easy rounds, you know, at all. You know, and I got a lot of guys around my size too, all different builds, long and tall, you know, short and stocky. You know, definitely getting a lot of different looks there. But you know, we're just gonna keep grinding. You know what I mean? Keep doing what we're doing. Try to make those technical adjustments from week to week, and like I said, you know, improve and let everything accumulate, and fight night, let it all pay off.
Oh yeah, and didn't want to make it seem like I was taking a jab at the guys, man.
Oh,
It's just
no.
it just you know how it is when you get to the next level, and then when you want to push it to if you want to push it even further, because like I said, man, when you get into the meat and potatoes of that at 45, man, there's some killers with their hands and their feet. That's that.
Yeah.
I mean,
man, there's no easy fights in the UFC, brother.
Now, let's just say you dispatch this guy like who you get to kind of pick where you go next. Like, is there anybody you're looking to kind of have a fun matchup with before the end of the year, the beginning of next year?
Honestly, brother, I never look past the next fight. Like that's literally all that's all I could think about. Even if I try to go think somewhere else, it's just I got to get the job done in August against him. That's what's next for me.
I ain't nothing against that. Nothing wrong with that, Pat. I know how that goes, man. Like how we are. We want to see what your heart is. What is that potential that matchup that excites you. That's all.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like and we got some guys in the area. Like I've already seen from we've had Burgos in there, and we've seen how good he's done, and how everyone's seen the toughness of that kid.
Oh yeah.
He's one of these fun guys to watch. From this kind of tri-state area that we've been kind of over the last 4 to 5 years. A lot of the guys have been in this area fighting, kind of making their mark on that larger circuit. It's kind of real fun to real refreshing to see, and it's beautiful, brother. It is one of the things, man. What are some of your potential goals after things? I know you coach, and things like that. Are you ever gonna get to the point where we'll see Pat opening up his own gym 5-10 years from now?
That's always possible. Like in the back of my head, I could kind of see that happening possibly. Like I said, I got to make my mark first. I have a lot of big.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we got another 10 years or so of Pat making his mark inside and outside the cage, man.
But maybe down the road, man, open up a gym.
Yeah, we need more quality coaches, quality training centers in the area. I'm always big on that. I'm here in Philadelphia. Go way up to the Langhorne and go see Eric. So I know how it is.
Of course.
And most of the other training in Philadelphia is deep in the city. So like if you're in that edge, it's like do I want to travel 45 minutes and go through the city, or do I want to travel 20 minutes and go just outside of the city? It's always a fun part of
that's 45 minutes if you're lucky, man. That 95.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, man. It's like the construction that never ends. They told us 10 years ago would be 5.
Brother, they're gonna tell us that 5 in another 10 years is gonna keep going, I think.
Oh well, we got to improve the traffic patterns on this section of it too.
I think I need a helicopter to get there, bro. Some days.
Well, yeah. It'd be nicer.
A lot easier.
Well, if you make your mark a little bit sooner than that, it won't be an issue, brother.
That's true, bro. That's true. That's the goal.
It's speaking of making the mark, that big fight coming up to July, here in July. Who you rooting for? Are you rooting for Poirier to put McGregor completely out of it, or do you think Conor's going to come up with something different and we might have to see that fight again?
Like I respect for both guys, big fan of both guys, but I see Poirier coming out on top.
I do. I haven't seen any improvement out of Conor over the last 3 to 4 years. And it was like from a time he was just improving. And it was like he hit this wall, and I don't think he's ever gotten over that. And like guys like Dustin and other guys in the division not only caught up but well surpassed him. Mm-hmm. I didn't see any different in that when he stepped in there against Poirier. I seen the same exact guy, if not worse, than what we seen when he went in there against Khabib. As much as I like his skill set and my kid loves that dude and I can't stand it, but I've always loved Dustin Poirier from way back before his UFC days. When his documentary was coming out, like that. That's how far back I go with having respect for Dustin Poirier and to see that the changes that he's made in his game and things that we're actually I'm back to talk to his we're about to have his physical trainer on the show this week.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're gonna have Phil on Friday. So it's like one of these things, like watching the improvements he's made just over the last 3 years. Come on, like you have to stand up and take notice of that. So as much as I would like to sit there and say for the Conor fans out there, I wouldn't be betting. Save that money, man. Save that money.
You know what the line is on that?
I don't know, but I assume that it's still a Dustin line, but we know how that works. We'll see some late Mayweather money come. Mayweather money come in, like how that they always play with that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. You can't like I said, it's such an unpredictable sport, man. But I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. You know?
I mean, so am I. No matter what, but it's just my gut reaction. If you're asking me right now, that's how I feel. I feel that just watching, just even stuff he's posting and stuff, like you just look. I don't see that fire that we seen 5-6 years ago out of Conor.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean by that fire. Like you could see it in a fighter's eyes when they're training, when they're working out, whatever. If they still have that desire to do it. I don't know if the money changed them. I don't know if one of the losses changed them. I'm not the answer to that. Psychology plays just as much as in a fighter's career as much as the training and physical part goes into it.
Absolutely, man. Like coming up, I feel like he just super hungry. Came in, wouldn't accept no for an answer. Made his mark, and now he. What else does he have to prove?
It was like what we're talking about Anderson. Like you get to a point where you've accomplished so much, but I don't think he really accomplished. Like I think he overvalues what he accomplished. Like I still think like yeah, you were 2 divisions, but you didn't really defend anything. Like I think it's hollow. And that's another thing. I think it's weird. Don't we hold on to legacy in MMA way more than when you do like when people like talking about like say if Conor went to go and do bare knuckle boxing or went to go do boxing. Oh, your legacy in MMA is now tainted. What is that? Like I've had these conversations with people and I'm like, why are we talking about this legacy? What he's done was the legacy. I mean, how does he taint that by going to doing something else? I don't make that makes no sense. Done.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. Like that sounds like a critic's words to me.
I still think it's the old fashioned martial arts in a lot of the MMA fans. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
like you want things done a certain way. You want things to kind of change hands a certain things don't always happen nice and clean. Sometimes Absolutely. It's a
mess. Yeah. Most of the time it is.
You know how it is. You go in there, you have a game plan. Sometimes the whole game plan gets thrown out the window, and the whole fight's a mess. But at the end of the night, regardless of decision, submission, knockout, whatever, your hand gets raised. Wasn't the plan, but the plan still came through.
Yeah, the goal got achieved, even though we didn't go according to plan. Happens more often than more often than I could think.
Yeah, obviously, man. No, we're right up against the time I wanted to keep you to. I know, we both got some running around to do this afternoon and things like that. Obviously, we're going to have you back on here again at some point, Pat. What I typically do,
man, I'd love to be back on.
Hey, man, we'll work out something to keep it fun as always. We keep some fun programming on here. We'll maybe get on here talk some Philly sports when it's fun to kind of talk some Philly sports. It's kind of a mess right now. You're a Sixers man. You're a Sixers fan. You're heartbroken. You're a Phillies fan. You have no hope. You're a Flyers fan. You already know what the deal is, and if you're Eagles fan, you're overly optimistic, ready for your heartbroken. But
maybe it's the MMA guys' time to start taking.
This is why I keep trying to put you guys on here. I'm like, listen, y'all don't have to be heartbroken all the time. We got plenty of successful combat sports fighters in the area and boxers too.
Oh yeah.
and boxes too, guys. Let's not forget that. But I always throw the microphone over to you guys. Shoot out your social media sites. Thank your training partners, any sponsors you have, anything you're working with outside of that, charities, anything like that. The time is yours, Pat.
Patrick Sabatini MMA on Instagram. I want to thank my coaches, all my team. Shout out to my sponsor, Game Face Wipes. And that's it, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
Oh man, dude, it's always a pleasure. I really appreciate the time, man. We'll definitely have to do this again. And as always, man, best of skill. Be safe. Do your thing. And I'll be running into you at some point in time. Over the coming months. And man, keep doing your thing, brother. Keep making your mark. I have faith that you'll be one of the guys in that division they're going to be talking about for a while, man. Keep working that thing and doing what you do, brother.
Thank you so much, brother.
All right, man. You have a good one, Pat.
You too, bro.
All right, everyone. That was UFC featherweight Patrick Sabatini. He's always a fun one to have. So talented on so many different levels. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for him. Gonna wrap this one up, guys. Other than that, man, want to appreciate all the love from everyone in the chat, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you're making sure you're subscribed. Tune into all the program we have here on A2D Radio. Make sure you're checking out the new sponsors. Make sure you're entered in the giveaway. So that I'm doing. So if you guys follow what we're doing, you also know that we multiple sponsors here. Manscaped, Body Check. We just did the premium YouTube subscription as well. Anyone who shows me you've either subscribed to our premium content here on YouTube, have either used the A2D codes for Manscaped and or Body Check. I have some signed merch I'm going to be giving away. I'm going to be giving away some jerseys, maybe some signed cards, photos. I don't know. Find some other thing. Maybe we'll get some unsigned stuff for the fan to get. Other than that, another fun one. Appreciate the love from everybody. Make sure you guys are tuning in Friday. We got a big one for Rachel's Roundtable. I got another fun one Saturday, so make sure you're tuning in for the weekly roundup at 8. Me and Zach. Other than that, I'll catch you guys on the rebound. See you guys Friday, Saturday.